Go Mouse Scouts, episode 87.
You're listening to Go Mouse Scouts, where we're dedicated to helping you and your kids have a great time at the Disney parks, whether you're just starting out or a seasoned
pro.
My name is Kris.
And I'm Megan.
And with all of the security things going on at Disneyland, they've been changing things around. I thought it'd be a good idea to give you guys a update on what that means for you. Actually, I think you're the one who suggested that, huh?
Indeed.
Yes. We all know who the real brains are here.
Well, we had the chance to experience it ourselves last weekend, and so we thought that it would be appropriate to fill you all in on what has changed. If you've been to Disney before, you know that the security used to be over there in between. Well, you'd get off the trams, and then their security was right there before you could get into the entrance plaza. Mm-hmm. And that's not the case anymore. You will actually go through security before you get on the trams. So they have actually expanded the tram plaza. So the trams have been rerouted somewhat down there when you get out of the parking garage. So after you come down the elevator or the escalators, now there are railings and stuff to direct you over to the security, and you will go through security there before you go over and get in line for trams.
Okay, so the security checkpoints are in a different place now, right? Right after you get down the escalators and the elevators from parking your car, they're right over there. How have the security procedures changed?
Well, it's actually nice because there's a whole lot more stations to go through. And actually, as you approach it, if you head towards the ones that are to the right of the middle area of it, there's usually no line over there. And everybody heads to the left because it's a little bit closer, when you're walking, but then you have to wait for, the 5 people in front of you. Whereas if you'd gone the other way, then you would have just gone right through. So head towards the right to get the shorter lines going through security. Mm-hmm. Just like before, they check your bag. So make sure your bags are open when you get there. But they appear now to be having all adults go through the metal detectors. Now, I don't know if maybe this won't be every time, or maybe it was just the day that we were there or whatever. But the day that we went, everybody, all the adults had to go through the metal detectors. The children did not, but the adults did. And then, of course, if you beep it off, then you have to get wanded.
Wanded, yay!
Which Kris always gets wanded
because I wear a belt with like these little metal rivets in it. I don't know. Maybe I'll just take off my belt, but I don't know. At least they're not making us take off our shoes.
Yeah.
So, yep.
So, and then, then you can veer around. Now, it was a little confusing. I had other people who were saying, wait, now we have to walk? Because there's a sign that says walkway to the park, and it points, like straight ahead or whatever. And they were thinking, well, now, because, they had to walk to the park and they didn't want to do that. No, if you just, after you get through security, just head left towards where the trams are. You just go over there to get on the trams. So It's just like, instead of just coming straight down the escalators and just heading straight for the trams, you kind of have to head right and make this big, U shape around and then back over. And, but it's really not a big deal. And it's actually kind of nice that they've moved it, because it means that you spend less time going through security. Mm-hmm. Like, say that you were in the parks and you wanted to head to downtown Disney to eat or whatever. Well, you don't have to go through security again when you head back to the parks. All of downtown Disney is now guarded by this security. So there's the new security station there at the Mickey and Friends parking garage. I believe that the one on the other side of the entrance plaza, like where the Toy Story buses drop off, is still there. Maybe they have changed it some. I don't know. We didn't actually head over there to look at that. But that one ought to be still there, I would imagine, because you have a lot of people that walk in from that side too. Mm-hmm. But if you're heading towards downtown Disney, they have now changed the security points there too. So the whole walking to the park has now changed.
Right.
It used to be you would walk from the parking garage, you would walk out the Pinocchio parking lot exit, and you would turn left and walk down Magic Way.
Right.
And then you would cross Disneyland Drive and head down Disneyland Drive a little ways. And then there was an entrance right under the monorail track where you would head into downtown Disney that way. Well, they have now put a gate there. You cannot get through that spot anymore. And there are signs that will, to remind people there's no way to get into the park from this direction. You need to go through downtown Disney. So now what happens is you're still exiting the parking garage at the same spot, but instead of turning left onto Magic Way, you are going to you're going to cross Magic Way, and you are going to head into the parking area for downtown Disney. Right.
And that street is called Downtown Drive.
Right.
So,
and it's just the entrance to the parking there. And so there are sidewalks. So you're just going to walk through that and then head towards the ESPN building. And there's a new security area set up there between the ESPN zone and Rainforest Cafe. Yeah. And so you'll go through there. If you're coming from the hotels, then there's one on the other side of the ESPN zone. And so from the hotels, you will have to go through the security in order to get into downtown Disney. But then once you're in downtown Disney, there you go.
Yeah. Downtown Disney is now way more secure. Now, it is a noticeably longer walk how they've changed it here. And but there's obviously that's one of the cons of that. But one of the pros is it's more of a protected walk. I mean, before you were walking down Disneyland Drive, which is a
large street with fast
very busy.
cars.
Yeah, and with kids and stuff walking with families and stuff.
And that light was never long enough.
Yeah, exactly. So now the walk is largely, more contained. You're walking through the parking lot instead of along the busy street. Granted, you do have to cross, Magic Way in order to get there. But that's at the beginning of the thing.
And even that is a much smaller street than Disneyland Drive. And the light is better timed, I think.
Yeah.
So then, once you head through those, you're through security. So, it was when I did do the walk instead, because oftentimes we would walk instead of taking the tram because the lines were so long. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot less of that for us. I think we're going to be doing a lot more taking the tram.
Probably,
especially as I get bigger here with the baby growing, and once we have a little tiny guy. We'll probably be doing more tram taking and less walking because the walk is longer.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I also wanted to point out to you guys that this is, an update to the security, which is why we're covering this in this episode. But we did cover, more of the security procedures and you're basically navigating Disney security in a past episode, number 65. And we cover things like, the best time to get there, how to look at the people ahead of you to determine how long they're going to take and stuff. Basically, how to get through as fast as you can and to, be ready for things and to be, courteous with, for other people who are waiting behind you as well, basically how to not be that guy.
Yeah, nobody wants to be that guy.
So that's episode 65. We'll link up to that in the show notes for this episode. So, yeah, I think that pretty much covers it, right?
Yeah.
Bottom line is be smart, be smart and get through and have fun, And
be aware of the new checkpoints.
Yeah.
And do not ignore the sign that says no park access this way. If you decide you're going to walk, you will be disappointed.
You'll get to, eventually you'll get to, once you get into the park, you'll get to Space Mountain and discover everybody else got there before you did. So
way before you did, because you'll have walked and then you'll have had to turn around and go back. And don't let that happen to you.
Not at all. All right. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. Don't forget, we have our brand new Facebook group where, we're creating a community where people can go and, ask questions about visiting Disney parks with their kids, share their tips, share their experiences, the good things, the cool things. and maybe you experience something that you don't want something else to experience, and you want to let us know or whatever. But it's a group where people can go to communicate and to have fun and to just share. And you can get there by visiting gomousescouts.com/FB group. And it's a closed group, so you'll have to request permission. We want to keep the trolls out. But, just let us know you heard us on the podcast, or, you like what we're doing online and stuff like that, and we'll let you in. So we hope to see you guys there, but definitely we will see you in the next episode. Take care.
Disney 98. Papa, what is